everyone, welcome to my new show, Freeloading. With this, I'm going to take a look at a bunch of free-to-play games, try to do about once a week. And some of these will be games I'm very familiar with, as I've gotten into some of these in great detail over the last couple of years. Some are going to be brand new. We'll try and mix it up a little bit so we don't burn through a bunch of stuff that I'm familiar with right away. As you can see here, the first one up is Marvel Heroes Omega. So let's hop in here. This is out now on PS4, out on Xbox One in June, June 20th to be specific, and it's also out on PC, though that version is a bit different. Sort of this version is a bit of an older, more basic build. Mainly probably to just simplify things. I'm not sure what's going on with the servers. Should be okay. And yeah, I'm gonna play about 20-30 minutes, show you guys what this game is about. Yeah, let's head in here. So, this is my Captain America. I'm nearly at the 60 max with him. I've beaten the full campaign. And let's see, those little mission markers on boxes on the right are sort of for these legendary quests. For now, we're gonna hop into Squirrel Girl. She's my second. The other character I have is Daredevil, which is free on the PS4. So let's hop into one of the main story missions. Let's see. I'm trying to think. This one's pretty good, I think. I didn't necessarily think ahead of time about which one would be the best. Actually, let's go here. Buccaneer Beach. Yeah, Buccaneer Beach. So the campaign's about 9 chapters long, as you can see there. I've enjoyed going through it. Some of the boss stuff is a little bit weird. I've not looked too much into the history of the series, or of this particular game on PC, but I'm gonna take a wild guess that Chapter 8 was the final one before, and they added 9 at some point. So, yeah, one of the things I'm not a huge fan of is that the missions on the right there are not real great about sticking to the area that you're at. Since I've gotten to the end of the campaign, it's just showing these legendary quests. So this one says I should go to Chapter 8, but right now we're not too worried about that, especially because that chapter is probably a little bit too big for, too hard for my character at the level she's at. But Squirrel Girl is a really awesome character. We'll take a look at the roster list a little bit later. But what's cool is that you can try all of the heroes up to level 10 for free. You don't have to really jump into anybody without knowing what you like. For the most part, the intro you might need to make a choice. But here's kind of a patrol area, so that you'll see other players going in. Once you go into dungeons, you go off into an instance. And with Squirrel Girl here, she is kind of a ranged character, which was a little bit of a surprise, not knowing too much about the character. But here on my square attack, you can customize these as you want. She has this like rush of squirrels. I got this triangle, it's sort of a single shot. Here when I hold L2 for the second thing, I've literally got these pistols. The squirrel pistol that shoots, I'm guessing acorns or something. Whoa. There we go. Let's take out some of these Tough guys. Oh yeah, and these guys can get real hard. Obviously, I'm not having too much trouble right now, but these guys with the yellow names up at the top are legendaries, or elites, I guess. Let's get this. There we go. Yeah, when you kill those guys, another guy pops out, the guy that's piloting them. The green orbs are XP, red's health, blue is the magic equivalent. There's purple, I'm not 100% sure what that is. The white bar in the bottom left, I believe is some sort of like combo thing. With Captain America, it's called Serum. Sort of as you do attacks, you build that up. There are a little bit of hitches of server stuff. I don't know if that's just from this being the launch week or what. But yeah, because these enemies are not too difficult. I can sort of take damage from them at will. But the other thing that's cool with Squirrel Girl is that the squirrels that are hanging out with him or her will just go out and attack these enemies. So I can kind of just stand here and let them just defeat the enemies if I want. There you go. Obviously you don't want to rely on that, but you can. Yeah, so we got Iceman there. Is that Iceman? Or is that Silver Surfer? I think it's Silver Surfer. So this mission, since it's not doing the story stuff for me, I don't know if that's something I could have turned on. You can see that it's showing me two of the main missions it's given me post, you know, whatever's gone on. Yeah, I can't do anything about that, unfortunately, but yeah, as these other people fight, things will drop that can be a help for me as well. So if I'm in a fight in an area with enemies that are way too powerful for what I can handle, I can sort of wait for other people to come out and help, and that will be a nice way to boost some XP for fights that are clearly too hard. I think the goal here, if you hold R2 down, you'll pull up your sort of run, which hers is sort of a thing of squirrels that lets her get around. Captain America just puts his shield on his back and runs real fast. I think I've seen Deadpool just hops on a scooter. They do a good job of tailoring all this stuff to the individual character. And so this is the main dungeon of this part. And so we got a lot of stuff to break here.
I didn't do that, did I?
I forget what the boss is. You can pick up these little canisters and throw them around. Eternity Splinters are the currency that you can use on heroes that you can grind in the game. There's another currency called G's.
My bag is
That is the currency you pay for. Pay real money for.
It's like every day is Christmas.
Yeah, let's go into the inventory real quick. So, here's the inventory. It's sort of this circular thing, kind of like Diablo 3 does it on consoles. Managing which ones are better and not is a little bit more work than it is in Diablo. So here I can see, you can see like 3 green arrows up on the offensive side. Defense is mixed. So I can look at the actual thing and see, okay, damage rating is up. But these there's a variety of different attributes they can have attached to them, which is normal. But it makes it a lot harder to determine what's better. So it's like, this is blue. It's technically better. But I get extra health when I defeat an enemy. Extra damage for bosses. And so, okay, we'll take it. This bodysuit, the damage reduction is worse. Health is better. I get another additional boost of health and damage to bosses. So I'll put that on. That damage reduction never really goes up more than like 8.8%. So it's not like it's a steady slope upward, generally. You're kind of going up and down as you put new items on. These are crafting materials. This is a danger room scenario. It's sort of a... how do I describe it? It's sort of a Nephilim rift in Diablo 3. That sort of thing that you can just sort of generate a quick dungeon to run. So let's get going here. Some more guys. Oop.
Can't do that.
Yeah, let's go. Boom. And a lot of them have this sort of roll out of the way. Captain America definitely does. I eventually got rid of it just because it was more useful to have something else. But with him, he has obviously the shield that bounces around. So it kind of acts like the Crusader in the expansion for Diablo 3. Or the PS4 Xbox One version. You have that. That is where they introduced that whole thing. Oh yeah, so her kind of abilities let her be more of a ranged character. Kind of in a similar way as Cap does. Which is... I don't like you can't pick that stuff up and run with it. Shoot them with her squirrel pistols. Yeah, you're kind of encouraged to break stuff in the environment because things will drop, whether it's gold, loot, or any of that sort of stuff. Yeah, the boss is coming up real quick. Yeah, so this little single file long distance thing is real nice when you're out of sort of mana because it doesn't cost anything. Yeah, go on and take them out. And yeah, just overall, my time with this has been that it's really quite good, especially if you're into Marvel heroes. They have a lot of fan service on that stuff. Not only just the variety of heroes, but there are a lot of side heroes that appear in the various like headquarters areas or in the patrol areas and all that. That fans of various Marvel comics will find a lot of references and such that you'll like. Yeah, so this one, it's all about rescuing these guys.
Death has come.
Then we face, what's his name? Reaper? Yeah, I don't know what he's doing there. Yeah, Grim Reaper. One thing that would be nice is if they had... oh, yeah, I was out of mana. It'd be really nice if they had more sort of glossary or encyclopedia kind of stuff. So yeah, he's done. It's not really fair to him because
More surprised than you are.
I'm powered up a bit. I'm probably higher level than I would have been when I fought him, maybe. But yeah, we take these guys out here. And that's the end of that little section. So this would be the second part of that story. Yep, here's the second area. Then you work through that, get to this, then to this, then to this, then to this. We're not going to play too much. We're not going to play much more of that particular thing. So let's go back to headquarters. Adventure Towers. Fine. One of the problems I have with this is the inventory you're allowed to hold is really small. So here they got this is for like grouping up with people. This is the store. This is where they keep track of all your skills. So here we have the ones I'm working on unlocking. I can assign them to the buttons down below. They do the main group on the face buttons, and then you hold down L2 and then get another set of 4. Talents are stuff you unlock that sort of bonuses to things,
Contain hydrogen cyanide.
and it'll show you which particular attacks they affect, so you know which ones you have equipped, which have those stars in the corner. And so that keeps going up to 56. When you get to 60, I have not done it yet with Cap. But I will unlock this, the Ultimate System, and the Infinity System. So I don't know too much about that, but this looks like I will get points that I can spend on these various gems. I'm guessing the Infinity Gauntlet gems. Which will probably boost certain abilities. Yeah, you can see the Mind Gem for Mind Points. Okay. Ultimate, I'm not too sure what that's about. Oh, it's an ultimate power. Okay. Yeah, so that's like an ultimate ability with L1R when you push to get that. What I do know about is the synergy system, which essentially you keep playing with these heroes, get to 25 and then 50, and you can apply them as your main 10 heroes, and you get that bonus to everybody that plays that you're using. So since I have Captain America up to 58, it unlocks his 2, which are just plus 2% to deflect rating. So that just means I'll deflect more bullets. But as I do it with more heroes, I will get their bonuses. So what's Squirrel Girl going to get me? Plus 2 damage to bosses. So that'll make, when I get to 50, I will have plus 4% damage to bosses. Not anything that's going to change the game, but obviously with this sort of thing, it's all about building up that stuff. So back to inventory. As you can see, it's sort of this
Oh my gosh, I can't believe
stuff here. There's no way to set this stuff as junk, so you can sell it more easily. And since it's not as easy to necessarily make quick choices over what's better items, and you get obviously stuff that is for other heroes, you can save that in your storage. Not really a great idea. Just sell it because you're going to get a ton of loot anyway. So unless you get something real great that drops. This one says both are pretty good of an improvement. Damage is better defense rating. After hitting with a movement power, your next 10 attacks gain plus 1 speed, plus 139 damage rating for 10 seconds. Yeah, actually I could go for that. Damage reduction is down, but everything else is okay. These artifacts are extra bonus things that will unlock. I should actually switch over to Cap Another weird thing is that the inventories aren't specific to that character. So as you can see, I have all that. Let's switch over to Cap.
The price of liberty is
That's always nice and fast, but you still have her stuff. Now it just shows it's locked because it belongs to Squirrel Girl. But I don't want any of it, so let's... You can sell it if you want. Or you can do what I do, which is donate all of it, because I've got plenty of money. Though I will admit, I have not looked too much into researching sort of the end game stuff. But for the most part, it seems like donating is a good thing, because you will unlock
The devil thing is
more stuff for each of these sort of vendors. Medallions is something you get for every boss you beat. It's not always guaranteed to be better than what you have, but that's the whole thing. So we have one of these is the danger room scenario. Do crafting things, so I can take those crafting items and stick them in my supply storage space. So with the storage, you get 50 items you can hold. As you can see, I'm already at the max. And a lot of these are just these danger room scenarios. It seems like every time you complete one of them, you get at least one or two more in return. So there's constantly just overloaded with these things. So I have to sort of sell some of them off. What's nice is, as you can see here, it tells you like the difficulty, tells you if there's any enemy boosts, hazards. Hazards means there's just going to be a lot of lightning orbs that will just sap your health. Aerial hazard, wrecking ball, that just, you'll see like a little warning circle pop up. It's like, hey, there's going to be something hitting here, and you'll see just a wrecking ball just flying through the area. You know, this one has two types of hazards that'll be constantly around. All that sort of stuff. I'm not sure why these are locked off. I don't know. But, yeah, crafting items. I got some poop from one of the missions that they didn't take. And yeah, 50 is not great. Especially since you can't expand this with in-game money.
Chains forged in hell
But if you want to
defeat
pay,
me, Ryder.
you can. Let's see, that's 50 slots for 500 Gs. And it's about 100 G per dollar. So that's about $5. That's not really worth it. But if you're that sort of person, let's just hop out here and show you how much they're selling these Gs for. And as you can see in a second... Okay, I don't know why this is taking so long. I must have something downloading that's clogging
That's a hell of
up
a
the
bike you've
servers.
got there, Ghost Rider, if you'll pardon the pun.
I'll take it from me. They're selling a bunch of packs of that stuff. There's also, I assume there's still founder packs. You can expand your inventory this way. 200 Gs, that's $2 for I think 10 slots. It's not much. Diablo 3, the base is 60. This is 40. It's not great. Yeah, so you can see these artifacts up there on the right have a variety of different things. So I have one that specifically reveals enemies on the minimap within 1572 whatever. These relics, as you collect them, they stack up. All you have to do is if you get one, pick one up of the same kind, you just hit equip. It stacks it up to 100. As you can see, these ones give you defense rating and health bonuses. So it's stacked up that way. This is something I just got earlier today. This is a catalyst that adds some new bonuses.
It's not about your powers,
So
but how
become
you use them.
invisible for 3 seconds when I use my med kit, and I get a radioactive bonus. When I use my med kit, I get an additional 5,000 health. Legendary items, you grind those with legendary currency, which That hidden treasures quest there is a legendary quest. I'll get one for it. I might get others at the same time at some other of these other quests as well. But I know definitely guaranteed on those legendary quests you'll get at least one. And so you grind those up and you can spend them with the legendary vendor. And as you can see, I have to rank it up. So I need 30 million, and I've done a good bit, so I'm got nearly 1 million down on that. So you get up each rank, you get these various bonuses, much like everything else. Flourish is just like a... Here, I'll just show you. Yeah, that's what my Captain America does when I hold down L2 and push up on the D-pad. Let's see, this is a relic. Okay, I think with this, as you get stacks of 100 of these various types of relics, you can take it here and trade it in for a crate. And you can see it sells you a chance to get some of these items here. And there's that. Yeah, if you know your Ben Urich, who's in the Daredevil show, who's played by a black actor. There's Jessica Jones. Let's show you some of the other characters that are hanging out here. Spider-Woman, Wonder Man, She-Hulk. She-Hulk is playable in the PC version. I don't think she's playable here. There's a guy playing Daredevil.
Oh, look. It's an Avenger.
Let's see.
We're saved.
Where's the legendary vendor? They got loot boxes you can pay for, the Marvelous loot boxes, so this is where you can spend some of the currency you get out of that.
You're just a walking Section 8, aren't you?
Here's the legendary item vendor.
My counsel.
So you can see here, 300 is a lot, so I spent it on the first thing I could buy, which is 25. The Helm of the Allfather. So Cap has it, Squirrel has it. All the currency is cross-character. So let's go patrol. I think that's the next thing I want to show. Midtown Patrol is the only thing they have here.
Blend or puree?
Let's go into Heroic. I just unlocked this by completing the Heroic Trial, which is really hard. It's a lot of health and mana management and all that. Yeah, so whenever you get full of items, you can come back here and just donate or sell it to these vendors and do your thing. Yeah, so he gets these dudes to hang out with him. So yeah, Heroic. There should be some public quests that are happening around here. Yeah, this is Cap in his run mode, just destroys cars as he runs through them, which is great. So with Cap, I have this ability that bounces this around. I have this little swing around that is great. These guys are different. I have that move that sort of does the slam. This is a more powerful version of that. There's two of the grinding currencies.
I can!
They drop plenty. I could get one of the cheap heroes already. I just haven't decided to do that just because I already have two. Three heroes actually to play with, so I don't necessarily need any heroes right now. Here's one of the public events.
Leadership is never easy, son, but you handle it well.
Two crossbones.
I'll be sure to put this to good use.
Alright. It's got this loot box. Didn't really get too much from it. Just got some XP. Nothing yet. Let's see. Next event's gonna be going in about 40 seconds. Okay, here's some aliens. Whoa, we're here into this this bank. Yeah, so these guys are taking a lot more damage. I'm curious if I get matched into other people that are playing with heroic. They'll have to pay attention to their levels to tell for sure. Yeah, so one of the things I have with this, when you see those, like the red glowing thing on them, that is I forget what it's called. Essentially, like I'm doing. It's like when you set somebody on fire, kind of thing. They continually get more damage. So we got Magneto. Is that what that is? Yeah, Magneto's doing some stuff here.
Magneto.
So I'm taking damage while I'm inside that.
The blob ain't moving for nobody.
Oh, the Juggernaut is here. He's coming after me. Yeah, usually other players will come out and help.
The blob ain't moving for nobody.
They might not be out here.
Please, I'll give you what you want.
Okay. Yeah, a little bit of lag here. Usually that happens when there's a bunch of boss stuff going on.
All the glory of mutant kind.
Because there are a lot of effects going on, so it causes slowdown and all that. Yeah, I can see all this crap that's going on in here, all this stuff. That causes problems. It's kind of awesome that there is that much that can happen. So it's always a good idea to stop and go around and get some of this XP. Yeah, so if you are wondering about that frame rate that I'm seeing that, it's what was that? Yeah, somebody dropped a truck in here. There are robots. I don't know if somebody's bringing that in. There's the blob. What's going on? Yeah, this isn't even the worst one on this map. Yeah, somebody died. One of these bosses died. I don't know which one. Okay, the Hulk must be able to generate a truck. There's no reason that should be happening all that time. If you don't pick up these XP orbs, they will disappear. Same with the health and the other stuff. They'll progressively shrink. There we go. Let's get in here. Magneto will shrink you into like a ball of metal, and you have to kind of hit your way out.
The war goes on.
And I guess that's all the bosses. So yeah, people are running around picking up their stuff. Everything is instance as far as loot, so nobody's gonna be able to pick up your stuff. Yeah, and that's sort of the public stuff. This is a great thing to do when you just want to grind, because there's constantly public quests and such around. They usually happen in here, they happen out in the streets in some of these places, and there's like a parking garage over on the northern part of this area. So yeah, let's see what new items we got. Oh, we got a new catalyst. Okay, I have not had these before, so let's see. 10% chance when you are hit to gain 1,000 maximum health for 10 seconds. 10 more credits per drop. Oh, the health regeneration per second actually be a good thing to have. So that's interesting. So some of the stuff gets, I think this is bound to my cap. I'm gonna sell this stuff. Well, I don't know. Yeah, these require specific levels. I'm full up. Yeah, I don't know. I got another artifact. 2% summon ally. I don't have another ally. Yeah, in the PC version, there's like a tag team thing where you can call out another ally. It's the one I have is like a Mark 13 or something like that. It's one of the Iron Man prototypes. Let's see, that has better health. I'll take that. Lots of these blues, dark blues at least. Let's see.
Each other's backs.
That's pretty good. Let's see, darker blues. That's pretty good. I'll keep the
You do
purple
the
for
marvel
now.
name proud, Carol.
This has, ooh, that's 11% attack speed. That actually might be better. I don't know, kind of at a certain point, it doesn't really matter. But let's see.
No, really.
Let's find one of these to donate to.
At all.
The way I've seen it during like the story stuff, you generally, whenever you see one of those warp points, you should take that and go drop off your stuff, because you don't want to be full up mid-mission, because you can't do much of anything. I was even surprised that you couldn't even break it down into any of those crafting materials. That seems like a useful way of doing that stuff, but nope. So yeah, let's go to the hero. Nope. Here we go. Go to storage. And so I'll show you, like right here, I have various stacks of these various other types. And these are those currencies that you saw in the relic vendor. So I think when you get 100 of these, I can go trade that in for a crate of whatever other stuff it is. Sinister 6, that is usually, okay, they're down here. What I like is some of the incidental dialogue that he has, where if you just bust up cars and such here, he'll make a joke, oh, Tony will pay for it. Yeah, the lag is not particularly great, but I might also be downloading something that's causing some of these issues. As well as some of the abilities.
You'll be coming back in the morning, just gotta keep on this.
Ooh, yeah, nice. XP.
Nothing wrong with
I'm about halfway to 59, which is good. I'd like to get to 60, but not on this video. Oop, Eternity Splinter, that's a good one to have. Wow, this is a lot of stuff dropping at once. That's what happens when you have like 4 or 5 bosses in the same area. As you can see, these greens are shrinking. Yeah, there's the Grim Reaper that we saw earlier. Man, there's a lot of bosses in this game. Some that are just in these patrols. Okay, we're done with this. And I think that might be all I have to show, really. This video is long enough at this point. As you can see, I'm very much in the end game, which means I'm not really doing anything too structured other than either paying attention to those. Oh. Yeah, they respawn stuff here fairly often. Oh yeah, this lag is not normal. I think it's my fault. So don't pin it too much. There definitely is a little bit of lag, but it's more of just from all the crazy effects going on, which, you know, personally I kind of like it. There's one general goal in any of these patrol areas is to save civilians. So if you see them around, just pick them up, just hit X on them, and they usually can go on their way. This is where usually one of the crazier... I don't know what that cultist is doing. Yeah, usually they're trying to... There's some boss stuff that happens in here, which is crazy, confining it all to this little spot. Yeah, get these demons here. Be gone, demons. So I'm gonna do this trick where I lure them over here and I come back and get this. I'm just gonna run back over to the HQ area, and I think that will be it. This is Marvel Heroes Omega. It's pretty good, especially for free, and especially if you're into the Marvel hero stuff. If not, you know, Diablo 3 is also really good and has had some great support. And this is just how it is at launch. Let's hop into the roster real quick. So I have Captain America, Squirrel Girl, and Daredevil as well. This is one of the costumes you can get. Man Without Fear. This is for PlayStation Plus. Daredevil's free to everybody. The heroes are generally priced in 3 tiers. There's the 250 Splinter tier, which is Angela, and I'm not sure if they have it priced here. Actually, go over to the store. There we go. Yeah, so Angela, Nova, and Squirrel Girl are at 250 Splinters or 450 Gs, which is $4.50. Most of the people in here are 900 Gs, $9, and 525 Splinters. When you start up the tutorial, you get 525 Splinters to spend on any of these heroes, so you can get obviously 2 of these or 1 of these. There are a ton of heroes here. I think it's 38 total. I'll just scroll through here a little bit quickly so you can sort of get a look. Okay, She-Hulk is playable here. Deadpool is part of the more expensive tier, which is $13.50. Obviously $13.50. But there's no specific way of getting that in Gs. So you probably have to spend 15 to 20 bucks for enough Gs if you don't just buy 2 of the smaller packs. But 775 Splinters. And Iron Fist was exclusive to the Founder packs. I imagine it'll be available separately later on. But essentially you had to buy all the Founders packs, was at least $150, $200, something like that. It's really ridiculous. There's a War Machine Founder pack specifically for him. Fortunately, I'm not really interested in War Machine, so that's okay. But yeah, I own these 3. And I think at the pace I'm going, I'll probably just get 1 of these 6. Let's show you the ridiculous costume prices. So they don't have very many costumes in this version. There's a ton of for many of these heroes. Iron Man's the most ridiculous of them all. He has to have at least 10 in the PC version. Yeah, it's $9.50 for these 2 costumes here. It's $9.50 for a costume, which doesn't add much. Yeah, there's no specific stuff. This one adds this costume features other Age of Ultron character models for its ultimate power. Okay, so you get something there. Some of these have like special abilities tied to their stuff, or special like visual things. Let's see. I'm trying to see if there's anything there. Some of these are exclusive to the loot box, which is this Planet Hulk version of his. Yeah, and they got these loot boxes. Is it $250 each? And then this 5 is $1,000. So you essentially get 1 for free. But you can get a bunch of costumes, crafting materials, flourishes, boosts, and other items. These are some of the costumes you can get there. Also rewards Marvelous Essence, currency you can use to buy costumes, boosts, and more from Moondragon in the Avengers Tower headquarters. So there's a lot of stuff here. The costume stuff I don't bother with, because I'm not that interested in specific styles of these heroes. Here's the boost stuff that it was mentioning that you can buy for a variety of prices. Here's some of those upgrades to the storage, and this ultimate power upgrade, which, okay, I'm guessing you have to grind that up to level 20. Okay, so Yeah, and they have costumes. Usually they release a lot of costumes that are tied to the movies, that sort of stuff. So thanks for tuning in. I think that's a pretty good look. Hopefully you guys enjoy this. If you do, keep doing it and get some more stuff coming in the pipe. So thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you guys again next time.